Hello, can you hear me now? Type 1 if you can hear me. Not sure what happened to the audio there. But yeah, thanks for being patient with the silence. Good, thank you everyone for the feedback. What was the last thing you heard me talk about then? That's a nice username, isn't it? Reactionary skinny something. All right, thank you. Gas price went up, and the Kazakhstan people said, "Oh no, it didn't." Okay, so what happened? Did they protest? Oh yeah, I saw something. I didn't read it about Kazakhstan. Yeah. Are you well? We miss you, Indians. Thank you very much. We miss you too. Yeah, so apart from that, yeah, who remembers what I was talking about? Because I'm not sure where the audio cut out. I guess I did speak about the passing of Sheikh Al-Lahidan. Did you all hear that? Okay. Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's good to do adhkar. You know what adhkar means? Like in the morning and the evening. We remember Allah. Like we mention His name. We say Subhanallah. Say Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. We do istighfar. Astaghfirullah. Yeah. Okay, you can hear anything. Okay. All right. So I was talking about Sheikh Al-Lahidan, and he passed away yesterday. Sheikh Al-Lahidan was one of the major scholars of Saudi Arabia. He was on the Supreme Council, the head of the Supreme Council for many years. And you get all these people who say scholars for dollars and all that. But he was a man who would advise scholars. But that was, so he would advise the leaders in secret though, not publicly humiliating them. There was one time he was asked a question, and it was to do with these satellite TV stations. So before the internet, there was the time where satellite TV started spreading across the Middle East, and every home suddenly was acquiring a satellite dish, and this was allowing them to watch TV shows that were made from abroad and movies, etc. And this was exposing society to foreign ideas and foreign cultures, to the point where some of these TV shows, as you are aware, you're not going to let your child sit down and browse through any channel they want, are you? But this is, in effect, what was happening with the satellite dish. It's entering people's homes, and people are being exposed to all sorts of corrupting ideas and influences. So the Sheikh was asked about this, and he said the owners of these TV stations, they're ruling, and this is a Sheikh who is the head of the judges in Saudi Arabia. He said their ruling is that they ought to be killed because they're spreading corruption on earth. And Allah said in the Quran about those who are spreading corruption on earth, they should be, the Islamic ruling in an Islamic court and judiciary is for those people spreading corruption on the earth to be executed. That's these in an Islamic society. That's the ruling. So he said that the owners of these TV stations ought to be killed. And he, clarified, gave the detail. It turns out one of the owners of these TV stations was one of the senior royal family. And so he was removed from his post, from his job as the senior most judge in the country. But that didn't bother him. He still continued teaching and doing his thing. So, rahimahullah, he passed away yesterday. His janazah, the funeral was held today in a mosque called Al-Rajhi Mosque in Riyadh, the city of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And his funeral was attended by like a very large number of people, that the streets were full. The traffic had to stop. Ishmael says, who are the scholars for dollars? Well, do you know their names? Maybe you can enlighten us. I'm not sure who they are. I cannot name them. And in the end, people can only speculate, because unless you see somebody's bank account, how can you know if somebody's receiving payment to say certain things? Or if somebody's getting threats, how would you know? Everything is speculation. I mean, you can look at indicators, but there's no conclusive proof. So without that, you cannot. And it's like with the hypocrites. You can't just go up to somebody and say, you are a munafiq. You can say they have indicators, things that indicate they could be a hypocrite. They behave in certain hypocritical ways. You cannot say conclusively this individual is a hypocrite, a munafiq, a kafir. That's not something we do. Okay. Mufti Menk is one of them, says Ishmael. Okay. And do you have conclusive proof for that? How would you know Mufti Menk is a scholar for dollars? What's the topic about? Sheikh Omar Suleiman. But how would you know he's a scholar for dollars? Yeah, I guess. All right. So these are people you have suspicions about. Okay, fair enough. But what would make you say they're scholars for dollars? What do they do? Jump on and let's talk about it. Maybe you've got a point. Yeah. No, that's not true. Shamsi gets paid too. Yeah, would you call Shamsi a scholar? Is that what you're telling me? Is he a scholar for dollars? The link is in the description, whoever you are. Mufti Menk promotes brothers in humanity. Omar Suleiman gets exposed by Daniel Haqiqatu. Yeah. Okay. But maybe they're not getting any dollars. Maybe they're just deviant. Deviant poor people, yeah. Oh, by the way, last night I went on a channel. I don't remember the name of it. The guy who's the host, his name is Khiyam or Kiam. He's a friend of that Amina Sardar, the Hindu channel. He claims he converted to Hinduism like a few days ago. and he's trying to give me dawah to become a Hindu. Him and his Hindu teachers. Like, I dealt with one, and another one jumped on to try and help and dig him out of the hole that he was finding himself. We were discussing things like reincarnation and the purpose of life. So they're telling me, first of all, about time. He said that you Abrahamic people, your problem is that you see time as linear, but we see time as cyclical, not cyclical, cyclical. You Abrahamic faiths, you're idiots. And then they started singing Hindu songs. Like, the guy would talk for 10 minutes straight. I was silent for 10 minutes waiting for him to finish. Then I tried to sort of, you know, like interject and start speaking. He says, stop interrupting. Why you interrupt? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Who's this now? Let's see. Griffin. Yeah, definitely. I'm not letting you on, whoever you are. Griffin. Sebo. Is that how you say your name? Yeah, no. Sorry, can't let you on. Don't know what you're gonna show on the screen with your camera. And another comment they made was something like, well, they did say something that was consistent with Islam. They said you need to first study the doctrinal stuff. What he meant by that is seek knowledge. The first thing you need to do is seek knowledge. Then you need to perform actions. You need to act on the knowledge. And then he said, you need to propagate, do dawah, basically. So that is consistent with Islam. And the only thing he missed is the sabr, having patience. Who else is this? Gaz, another troll. Sorry, not letting you on either. India is a terrible country the way they treat Muslims and Christians, says Jumi. Really? How do they treat Christians? I imagine they treat Muslims very badly, but what do they do to Christians? This Hindu I was talking to last night, he says, oh, he has no problem with Christianity and Jesus. He has a statue. He has an idol of Jesus that he worships. Yeah, they tried to tell me that they don't worship these gods. What they do is they make these idols, okay? And instead, what happens is they claim that God places certain characteristics of himself in these other gods or deities, as he described them. And if you need, let's say a job, you go to the god of giving jobs, and you would pray to him or do acts of devotion to him instead of praying to God, like the one. And you say to him, "What's the purpose of life?" He says, "There is no purpose." Okay. So if there's no purpose to life, can I just come along and they don't believe in judgment either. They said there's no God that could, you Abrahamic faiths, you believe that somebody's going to judge you and give you recompense. So I can come along and steal all your wealth and take it and keep it as mine. And there's no repercussions. You're happy with that? No. He couldn't answer. Then he tried to tell me about reincarnation, that people will keep being reincarnated until they re-merge with the master source. Yeah, it's just confusion. It's floating in River Ganges. Are you pro-Pakistani or India? Reactionary Skinny Dick, whatever your real name is, For you to use a name like that, and you are probably someone who claims they're a Muslim, you should have a little bit of dignity and shame. Whoever doesn't have dignity and shame, then let them do as they wish. Are you married? So this must be a woman then, asking a question like that. Stop drinking is what I'd suggest. Ismail, if so. I don't know. How do you feel? I don't know what you're talking about. Is it not skinny? I don't know. How do you know his account gets blocked all the time? He's claiming he's... Ishmael says Jordan M does dawah for dollars on TikTok. Now big up to brother Jordan M. He's putting in the work out there on social media. And let's not forget, in the days when everybody was online and not a single one of the dawah people were online, it was Jordan M who managed to convince them to start going on YouTube and having their own channels. Him and Mukit. And now they can't keep themselves offline. They're doing like 7-hour streams. So that was Jordan M who did that. So he deserves some credit. And I don't think he gets paid for doing that either. So may Allah reward brother Jordan M and brother Mukit K, as he's known affectionately. Birds Like Masfests. Who's that you're talking about? Yeah, so brother Jordan M deserves a bit of credit. Allah bless him. Although it has allowed certain people like, I was about to mention a name there, but certain people who are constantly doing these streams thinking they're dawah people, but they're misleading people. They're spreading falsehood and nonsense, telling us that we are brothers in humanity and what's the other stuff? And that all these deviant sects are fine. They don't need dawah. The only people who need to receive dawah are Christians. So dawah has become a Bible bashing contest. Not Bible bashing from the perspective of inviting people to the Bible, but Bible bashing from the stance of defeating it. Yeah, so I'll quote Bible verses. You have to memorize the Bible to give dawah. Bible dawah or anti-Bible dawah. And they hate it when Christians do the same thing back to Muslims. You notice that? They hate it. Someone like Why So Religious comes along with hadiths and he'll say, this one is sahih. What do you say about this hadith? And they don't want to comment on it because they can't be bothered to look up the sources or the explanation. So instead of dealing with the content, they'll boot him off or they'll insult him, or they'll mute him. Yes, I do admit, Why So can be, I'll say provocative. No, not provocative. He can be a bit trolling sometimes. But, if he's not being rude, if he's displaying manners and he wants to discuss a hadith, just deal with the hadith. And the reason they don't is because they don't study hadith. They study the Bible. And so Why So gets around that issue because he says he's not a Christian. So they can't bash him with the Bible. Therefore, their dawah is ineffective. He doesn't even say he's atheist. I think he says he's agnostic, if I remember correctly. So he's become like a form of kryptonite. Anyhow. But who's seen that video by brother Daniel Hakikatu on polytheism. I think the video is part number 3. Wow. Wow. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Daniel Hakikatu's video on polytheism. Incredible. And it's so well produced. But what you learn about the Hindus in that video is so shocking. I never knew that. I mean, I could imagine people who, you know, don't believe in one God, they do some crazy things, but that was just beyond, yeah, it was a very effective video. It's active now. It's full of unnecessary cringery comedy, which does not bring people closer to Islam. Oh, you're talking about Mufti Menk? Yeah, wasn't he in England like last week or over the past few days? Maybe he's still here. I have you watch Muhammad Hijab on Jordan Peterson. Yes, I have watched it. I was driving on. I was on a journey, and while I was driving, that video went live, so I watched it, and I watched the whole thing. So firstly, I'd like to say, may Allah reward brother Muhammad Hijab for pushing to get that interview done. And I thought his performance was like exemplary, very good, you know, fantastic. May Allah reward him. Yeah. He put himself out there on a very, very noticeable, a very watched public platform, and didn't make a mess, didn't embarrass Muslims at all. He held it down. So may Allah give us more like that. Big up brother Muhammad Hijab for that. What I'd like to say though, the video title and a sort of trend during the discussion. I mean, he even asked brother Muhammad Hijab, are you okay if I title the video such and such? And he said, yeah, sure. They ended up with a title of Islam and the possibility of peace, or is it for peace? I don't remember which word, but Islam and the possibility of peace. Okay. Now, what do you think when you hear that? When I hear that, right, so first of all, take away the word Islam, okay? But let's just look at the rest of the sentence. The possibility of peace. Possibility, meaning something that's not the current state of affairs. Right now, there's no peace. Is it possible to achieve peace? So we're looking at the possibility of achieving peace. Now, who said that Islam is at war with anybody? Where is this war with Islam? Is it a war from Islam against something else? Or is it a war from something else against Islam? The impression, I think, a typical viewer might come to a conclusion of is, you know, that Islam has declared war on the world. Is it possible for them to lay down their weapons and agree to peace rather than conflict? So for me, the title in and of itself was a gross misrepresentation of the state of affairs of the world. What we know is that as the Ottomans fell, the Christians took over the Muslim lands and divided them up. And Hijab himself did mention this in the conversation, by the way. He talks about post-colonialism, etc. And so if Muslims have surrendered, sadly, you know, when we say Muslims have surrendered, we're talking about Muslim nations or Muslim lands. We no longer have Muslim lands. What we have is individual nation states. Sorry, ethnic states, which belong to particular ethnicities. So a person who is a mushrik or a kafir may have more right to live in a particular Muslim land, what is deemed a Muslim land, than a Muslim who's not from that ethnicity. Yeah. So anyhow, but the point I'm making is that Just the title, I was surprised that hijab went along with that. And even during the discussion, he kind of almost agreed with that position. No, Islam is not. He's the one who even said that the possibility of peace. No, Islam is not in a state of war with anybody. Islam is in a state of peace. All right, if it's at war with somebody, who's declared this war? Where are the warriors? Where's the battle? Who can declare an end to the war? You? Is Muhammad Hijab the one that will declare an end to this war? But from somebody like Jordan Peterson, so it was clear from Jordan Peterson's perspective, he views the world from a certain paradigm, and that is Islam, these backward countries all over there that we've, subjugated and taken over. They are still at war with us. This is how he views the world. Islam, but there is no world of Islam. There is no representative for Muslims. We don't have like a pope. We don't have a Vatican. We have individual states. In reality, Muslims, we're a virtual nation. And I don't see, I suppose it could have been a better title to say Islam and the possibility of establishing a nation. I don't hear anybody talking about it, and I don't see the possibility of Muslims establishing a nation of their own, a homeland, just like the Jews have for Jewish people. The Jewish nation has a homeland, Israel. It didn't always exist. They worked for it. They asked for it. Lord Rothschild, he asked for it. And what's his name? Was it Lord Balfour in the Balfour Declaration? He allowed them, he said, you can go and live in Palestine. We have no problem with you establishing a land for the Jewish people in Palestine. In Palestine, by the way, they recognized that there was a land called Palestine. But what you have today is, they have a flip-flop of that. What you have today is a Jewish land or nation with Palestinians who have a nation within Israel. So you can see it's flipped on itself. You have Gaza and West Bank, which are independent territories within the land of Israel, or surrounded by Israel and Egypt. Anyway, so I've been neglecting the chat. Can't you hide people here? Will do, thanks. Abu Mus'ab made a video on Ali Dawah, exposing him as a dawah for dollars. Who's Abu Mus'ab? Who is that? I'm not familiar with that person, whoever that is. Is it Majdi? Is it Wejdi? Is that you talking about? Wejdi? Is that Abu Mus'ab? Yeah, but anyone can do a video on Ali Dawah. That's like low-hanging fruit. It's light work, as they say. Big up brother Ali Dawah anyway, but what effort does it require? What's the point of attacking Ali Dawah? Oh, and another thing, did you notice when Muhammad Hijab was at the Uyghur rally, or the march against the Chinese oppression of the Uyghur people? Even there, it's like he declared war against the Chinese. He declared war on behalf of Muslims. So now we're seeing a tendency from Muhammad Hijab to present Islam and Muslims as though it's a body that's united, and he has been appointed to speak on behalf of Islam and Muslims. That's not true. And I think you shouldn't do that. So you can see the blunder he's made in the discussion with Jordan Peterson, acknowledging that Muslims, in his view, are at war with the rest of the world, and or particularly the West, and that there might be a possibility for peace. I'm sorry. Now, you may have discussed things in the talk which oppose that conclusion. But you agreed to the title being that, and the title is clearly a misrepresentation of the facts of society that we live in today. And then the second point, you're declaring war on behalf of all Muslims against China. Who gave you that permission? I mean, a person from the Chinese government watching that, he's not going to be able to differentiate between your words and the words of all and sentiments of all the Muslims around the world. He's going to think, yeah, somebody's appointed you to represent all Muslims, and you're speaking on their behalf. Oh, now Islam is against us. They're at war with us. What do you think that's going to do to Muslims? Is it going to help them? So I think Muhammad Hijab, yes, you do a lot of good, and a lot of what you talk about is fantastic, but these are two blunders. I don't agree with the way you try and represent Islam or represent yourself as a spokesman for the whole ummah and make these wild determinations and decisions on behalf of the ummah. Who agrees with you that we're at war with the world? Yeah. Don't know what the viewers here think. Am I talking rubbish? Or do you agree? Imagine you walk down the street today, right? And you get attacked by kuffar. And you say, why'd you attack me? They say, because you're at war with us. That's why we got terrorism. You're a Muslim. No, we're not at war with you. What do you mean we're at war with you? Yeah, your preacher said it. Your leader, Muhammad Hijab, he said that you're at war with us. No, he didn't. Well, he said that there's a possibility of peace. That means we're at war. So all you can do is say, no. Oh, isn't he a Muslim then? Is he talking rubbish? Yeah, he's a Muslim, but he doesn't represent me. Well, aren't you one ummah? No, we're not. Sadly, we're not. We're not. Jordan Peterson is a shady individual. Okay. Jump on Ishmael and tell us why you say that. I mean, what was shady about that? I suppose that is a bit shady, but that's his position. That's his paradigm. That's how he views the world. You with us or you with the narrative for life? It's always going to be about military dominance. Israel is slowly opening its borders with Palestine. They are agreeing on letting back refugees and combination. Yeah, interesting. I had a fantastic discussion last night on with some Jews from Israel on Ralph's stream after he went offline. We're having a talk. Yeah, so yeah, it was good. Tony Blair calling for knighthood withdrawal. What do you think about that? Do you support Tony Blair losing his knighthood? The way Prince Nassim, remember Prince Nassim, the boxer? He received the knighthood, but then they removed it from him. I don't know if it was a knighthood or an OBE or something to that effect. Anyhow, it was withdrawn from him because of his behavior when he crashed into somebody, shattered almost every bone in their body because he was speeding in his car, smashing into them. Got out of his car after the crash and ran away, leaving the person there. I mean, that behavior is unbecoming any responsible adult. So his knighthood or whatever the award was removed from him. It was an outcry. So Tony Blair, how many people did he kill, or how many people died in Iraq and Afghanistan as a result of his decision to take us to war? Should he not also be removed from such what they call an honor? Should a person of dishonor be honored? Anyhow, by saying that you want his honor to be removed or revoked, that means you're acknowledging the value in such an honor in the first place. What difference does it make if he's got the honor or not? The fact he was the prime minister, he made those decisions, he remained as prime minister, he hasn't gone to jail, he hasn't been charged with anything. He's still honored. He's doing well. like really well. In the dunya, he's doing really well. I mean, who's doing better than Tony Blair in the dunya? I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Maybe Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. He's coming out with a new documentary. Oh, does anybody care? Does anybody even know who Tommy Robinson is anymore? Like, who cares about him? And why do you think he's coming out with a new documentary, as he called it, or propaganda video? He needs money, right? That's all it is. He spent his money. Got to pay his mortgage and his children's school fees. Yeah. Israel wants to be part of the Arab-speaking countries as a nation, they say in these days. Yeah, okay, what's wrong with that, Mohammed Hamdan? You see a problem with that? I mean, how long do you want the war to continue for? Or the current state of affairs to continue for? The only option, you're going to have two options. Well, three options. Either you continue this pointless position that Muslims are in, or Palestinian people are in, which includes Christians, or you go to war and take back the land you believe belongs to you. According to Muhammad Hijab, Muslims are at war with Christians. Okay. Or number three, you make peace and move on. So which one is it? Those are your three options. The first option hasn't worked, has it? What has it done? Not achieved anything. That was a performance. What was a performance? Hijab embarrassed himself by taking his top off. Yeah. Well, he didn't embarrass himself. He embarrassed Muslims, if that's why. Look, to be honest, I think the action of him, taking off his top, I can't blame him for that. If you want to get media attention or public attention, you need to do something outlandish like that. Okay? So, and nobody could accuse him of being a lunatic or an idiot, because he'll out vocabularize anybody, although he'll mispronounce words. But still, I think it had a positive effect, and the fact that he even went there in the cold and did that, so may Allah reward him. Still, those issues I pointed out earlier. If somebody on here knows Muhammad Hijab, advise him, please. He shouldn't be a spokesman for all Muslims in the world, declaring war. So those are the two issues. He done it twice. He done it with Jordan Peterson, and he done it at the Chinese embassy. He spoke on behalf of all Muslims, or on behalf of Islam, and declared war on the world. Like, wake up. I think you should. How would you deal with somebody like that? Like, imagine you have a child who goes to school, and your child goes to a Christian school, and at school he's asked in class about Islam, right? It's a religious studies day, and he decides to start saying, "Oh, Islam is at war with you. He says, we Muslims are at war with you." You're going to tell your child off, right? You're going to say, if you continue saying that, you're staying home. You're not going to school. Yes, you're rambling, bro. Too much noise. Yeah, thank you. Well, jump on then, see you live, and give me your opinion. Is going to be hot dog with other Muslim countries, as they have some governors with no, and I don't know what that means, and going with Iran and France and others like that. Hot dog. Sorry, Mohammed, I didn't understand that. Ask yourself something reactionary. If there were no cameras, would hijab have done what he did? No, but that's the point. He did it in front of the cameras for that reason. He wanted to kick up a stir, right? Now, without funding and so forth to pay for ITV and their cameras to come and report, he managed to have even a wider spread. That video must have gone like wild on the internet. That must have gone viral. So the fact he did it, I can't blame him. The Don is a performative Muslim who is trying to build a social media brand, G. Yeah, what's that? So that's how he's getting. How are you going to reach more people? That's how he did it. That's how he's reaching more people. If you just, like, there are people who are very knowledgeable. They've got maybe 20,000 followers. They're not reaching anyone, right? They're reaching the already converted, the people who already believe in their message. What he's trying to do is reach outside of that, okay? So first you have to be a bit adventurous in your actions. Jewy vibes, I. Not sure what you mean there, see alive OG. Nassim Hamid stepped on all the black checkered floor, missing the white. They caught him out. Trump is losing his MAGA base because he's pro-vaccine views. Okay, yeah, fair enough. He may be pro-vaccine, but he can like easily play that off by saying, well, I'm not pro-mandate. Okay, pro-mandate is a different matter than being pro-vaccine. If you're pro-vaccine, you can be pro-choice. But if you're pro-mandate, that means you're anti-choice. You want to force people to take the vaccines. If that's his position, then yeah, I can understand people abandoning Trump. But can you tell me a better president for the United States than Donald Trump? A man who did exactly what he said he would do. A man of his word. You might not like his actions, but at least he wasn't lying to you, right? He did exactly what he said he would do. Grab the oil, take the oil. He shook down Saudi Arabia. He took all their money. Yeah, man, he done his thing. Birdness Ratfest, I heard you and Halima did nikah through Discord. Where did you hear that, CLI OG? Yusma, Tommy needs to pay Jamal. Pay Jamal for what? Actually, are you a Salafi or a super Salafi? I don't know. What's a super Salafi? What's the difference between a Salafi and a super Salafi? Yes, good, said Mohammed Hamdan. See us saying you rambling, reactionary. What's up with that? I don't know, Birdness Ratfest. Am I rambling? Has anybody else agreed with that comment? Big up hijab, says Omar Razak. Abu Mus'ab's channel on YouTube is one way to paradise. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. See alive OG, the Rif Berbers are going to Israel from Morocco. Rif, is that like the countryside? Nah, I think that's Rif in Arabic. Reactionary versus Muhammad Turkish oil wrestling match. Okay. Muhammad hijab will crush you, dweep. Yeah, maybe. Wrestling isn't all about size, by the way. Hamd Hamdan, if the Arabs would just leave Morocco, we would be at peace. You can't advise hijab. He'll challenge you to an MMA fight. Look how he spoke to Sajid Lipam regarding Sheikh Al-Albani. Yeah, I tell you, having hijab was like, I don't know what happened to him in that period. I think he was in the wrong in that situation. Sepid Asadi, reactionary. Hello, well said. Hello to you too. Will Smith. What about Will Smith? Like Shamsi, are you saying, oh, Will Smith was a better president than President Trump? Is that what you're saying? Like Shamsi said, it's Muhammad without the hijab. I don't know about that. Don't know. I don't think that sounds like a particularly witty comment, to be honest. I think it's a bit dry. Because if you say Muhammad without the hijab, then his name is Muhammad, which is the name of our Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So are you denigrating the name of our Prophet? No. If you're saying, that's not a witty comment, it's a bit rubbish when you think about it. Ben Ikra in the building, Mr. Dawah team, how are you? You should jump on. I'd like to ask you about that Jordan Peterson thing with Muhammad hijab and get your thoughts, if you don't mind. The link is in the description, please. Birdnest Ratfest. She a proper comedian in it. Pubu. Pubu. Peace be upon him. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose I have been rambling because it's just me talking to myself or talking to you all, right, by myself. Has anybody got any anything they'd like to talk about? That was a good topic about the Jordan Peterson thing. And I don't know, does anybody agree with me on what I was saying there? Now, brother Ben Ikra is here. Hopefully he'll jump on, inshallah, as a representative of the Dawah clubs. How did I know you're going to say that? Sorry, bro. Can't jump on today. Yeah, I know you can't. Can't cook, won't cook. Yeah, you ever seen that TV show? People always use the word can't when in reality they mean won't. Don't worry, I'm not gonna like be harsh or anything. I'll be gentle, Ben. Jump on, come on. Don't be afraid. Honestly, be a friendly conversation. Not gonna trap you or anything. Not many Dawah people I get to speak to. Where's Brother Jordan M anyway? Is he around? I've seen him in a while. It's bedtime. Yeah, like like nobody uses their phone when they're in bed. Okay, just get out of bed, isn't it? Go to the front room or to the kitchen. Oh my gosh, there's a drunk guy walking. He's like definitely not in a straight line. See you jump on. Yeah, everybody's afraid to jump on. I don't know why. I must have built a reputation that I don't know. Jump on, someone. Like, don't be afraid. Okay, Birdnest Ratfest says world dominance under West involves. What does it say? Involves breeding hateful offspring to go abroad and do the evil deed without batting an eyelid. Get me? The war's inbred into English. Jordan M's TikTok channel is Muslim Geezer Official. It's full of crappy comedy, nothing educational. Oh gosh. Come on, brother. Ben, Ikra. You have to jump on, brother. Please, come on. Speaker's Corner G. Yeah, you're the one that was in that Hindu channel last night. What have you got to say, Speaker's Corner G? Sia, congratulations on your spanner from Rodney. Okay. Heard you licked his. Oh my gosh. Instead of looking for a husband in real life, what man wouldn't want a. Okay. Does Rodney K go live? Huh? I'll have to check out his channel. So apparently there's a lot of marriages happening, according to the people in the comments. A lot of online marriages. Oh gosh. Now, see you live. You need to jump on it and tell us what's going on there. Now, why is no one jumping on? Oh dear. Why do you think that is, Birdnest? Why is nobody jumping on? Okay, what's this? What have watched Tasneem, somebody, Akunji Shamina Lawyer on 5 Pillars Blood Brothers podcast. Oh. Yeah, Speaker's Corner G, you're saying big up now, but you were all sucking up to the Hindus last night. What was that about? It's like you're begging friendship with the Hindus. You have to jump on and speak to me. You cannot just do that and get away with it. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but you have to jump on and speak to me, please. I've watched Tasneem. Oh, yeah, I read that already. What's this? If it's Shia life, we understand. Okay. You are a good man. What are you talking about? Liar. Speaker's Corner G. Who's a liar? Yeah, you were the one sucking up to Kiam, the Hindu. the Islamophobe Hindu. Oh, he actually is against historians. He doesn't like calling Hindus his brothers in humanity. You were begging it. Why were you begging it with them? You see how they booted me off? I was reciting the Quran and they booted me off the channel. They didn't like it. But Speaker's Corner G was happy. You know who I thought you were, Speaker's Corner G? I thought you were Sabur Ahmed. That's who I thought you were. Are you Sabur Ahmed? Just using a different YouTube name. Is that who you are? Or are you somebody else? Or are you Adnan Rashid? That's why the comment was there about, oh, he's against historians. Who's a historian? Is Adnan Rashid a historian? Is that what you're telling me? What's the definition of a historian? I was taking the biscuit. Yeah, you were. There's one thing between taking the biscuit and sucking up to people. And I don't mind, you can suck up to people if you want, but why would a Muslim suck up to Hindus? Islamophobe Hindus who are attacking Islam and mocking the deen. Why on earth would you be taking their side against the Muslim? Are you Muslim, Speaker's Corner G? What are you? Reactionary roasted him joining Hindus. I said you had great debating skills. You were begging it with those Hindus, and interestingly, they didn't boot you off. They didn't block you. That means they know you. Do you spend time on their channel? I don't know how I came across that channel. It just came up in my recommendations yesterday, so I clicked on it. I didn't know Kiam was, but then I recognized his voice. He was that guy from Amina Sardar's channel. Yeah. So Speaker's Corner G, you need to jump on and explain yourself. Just staying there in the chat, typing comments, and schmoozing up to the Islamophobe Hindus. Yeah, that's not a good look for you, I have to say. Things that look sticky upon you. They look sticky on you, upon you. They look sticky upon you, my friend. Okay, what we got here? No prisoners here, only hard labor. This is blowing up. No prisoners here, only hard labor. Don't get that, bird nest. Don't understand that. EF Dawa will never be credible until they fire Jordan M, says Ishmael. What? Why would you say that? Explain that to me, please. Why do they need to fire, not hire? Why would they need to fire Jordan M to be credible? That needs an explanation. Like all these comments that are in the chat, they need explanation. How can you type stuff like that and not actually jump on to explain? Like why would they need to fire Jordan M? For some reason, Brother Ben Ikra is afraid to jump on and just talk, have a friendly chin wag. This is deep. You should jump on Speaker's Corner G. Yes. Birdnest, do you know who Speaker's Corner G is? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Safi says, cuz keep rapping, don't worry about understanding it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any interesting topics? What else is going on? What year are we? 2022. Is this the year of the World Cup in Qatar? Or is it in a couple of years' time? I noticed that there's now this new head of the FIA, the Formula, what's FIA stand for? The Federal Motorsport Industry Association, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's a Qatari man, isn't it? And he's come out there saying, oh, I tried to phone Lewis Hamilton, but he's not answering his phone. Why are you phoning Lewis Hamilton? Like he's saying that, yeah, Lewis Hamilton is going to get a penalty. He's going to get punished for not turning up to the award ceremony for Max Verstappen. Why have you decided that he deserves a penalty? You haven't spoken to him yet. And then your next comment is, what? Yeah, I tried to phone Lewis Hamilton, but he's not answering his phone. Who are you? Why are you phoning him? Phone his manager, phone his team. You don't phone him. Like, you're phoning him on his personal number to have a business-related conversation. Don't you understand, like, basic etiquette? Just because you've got money and that you bought your way into the FIA. Yeah, these people are a joke, man. And yeah, and we look at these people as Muslims, you know. No, he don't care about Muslims. He's just there sucking up to the kuffar. That's all he is. How much money and wealth do you think they've squandered sucking up to the kuffar? Imagine getting fired from a voluntary job, voluntary role. LOL, says Jordan M. Okay, so you don't get paid by them. No? Oh, that's interesting. So we've got an explanation there. Who was it who made that comment anyway? It was Ishmael. Yeah. But Ishmael, you need to jump on and explain. What's your issue? Why would you have a problem with Brother Jordan M? Why do you think he's a detriment to EF Dawah? Speaker's Corner G, I never go on that wannabe's channel. I spotted you, haha. I was expecting a good debate. Man starts singing. Who starts singing? I was reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. You're talking about the other people singing their Hindu songs. And if you never go on that channel, how did you end up there seeing me then? You were there. I explained how I came across the channel. It just popped up in my recommendations. How did you end up there? And why were you sucking up to them? Feeding them all sorts of information. That was so embarrassing. I've never seen Hindus come and do that about their Hindu compatriots. Are you Muslim, Speaker's Corner G? Did you hear about the madness that took place at Mas Ikna 2021? Is that like an Islamic conference of North America? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know, and I've not heard about it. Maybe you don't mind telling us. Ishmael, jump on. Brother, just typing stuff in the chat. So pay me, I want to stop the pagan capturing rabies. I don't know, who are you talking about, badness? Fahima L. Salam, Brother Jordan M. Yes, brother. Brother Jordan M. Salam alaikum, brother. Jump on, brother. Jump on. It would be good to talk. I haven't spoke to you in a while. Got some good topics. Rolling Thunder, Namaste Shashi Jr. This is your own channel. That's the name they gave me. They gave me a Hindu name. They said, yeah, I'm going to call you Shashi. Your name is Shashi. Shashi itself. Shashi. So what does Shashi mean? He said, it means light. Well, they gave another long lecture. You know, there was one guy, he thinks he's a professor in university, and every time he talks, you have to go silent, and they give you a long lecture. His name is Shashi. Yeah, and why didn't you jump on Speaker's Corner G if you're Muslim? You could have jumped on to, you know, defend the deen, to represent. Stop being dramatic. Salam all. Salam all. That means you missed out the ikum part, right? You're supposed to say salam ul ikum. Salam alaikum. Salam. You notice that people do that. They write salam and they write wasalam. Nobody says salam alaikum or wa alaikum salam. There's salam, wasalam. I don't know if that's, you know, is that a bid'ah? That might be an innovation. Because if saying salam alaikum is an act of worship, right? And we're told that you can say salam alaikum. You can also say salam alaikum wa rahmatullah. And you can also say salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But I've never come across a hadith that says you say salam and that's it. With no alaikum. Just salam. And you would reply with wa salam. Salam wa salam. Who invented this? This is a newly invented matter. This is a bid'ah. It's laziness. Yeah. Everyone start saying alaykum after you say salam. Say assalamu alaykum. Falling into bid'ah or innovation. There's plenty of topics again. Jump on if you like. The link is in the description. For some reason everybody's afraid. The worst is SLM. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Okay. Now that you've mentioned it, I'll keep a lookout. SLM sounds like slim. That's like you know, Adam Saleh. Everybody knows who Adam Saleh is, right? Don't act like you don't know who he is. He his friend, his nickname is Slim. Slim. I think his original name is Salim. They call him Slim. Namaskar reactionary. Oh, don't tell me you watched that show, Jen. Did you watch it? Peace be upon you, reactionary. Yeah, that's a bid'ah as well. You're giving salams in a different language. Should I give you salams in Japanese? I was like, slime, what's this? Laziness. Slime. Or slam, like slam dunk. Yeah. Somebody once misspelt Islam in the chat. They just wrote slam. And I was there for ages trying to figure out what they're talking about. Slam. Imagine Jordan M as an imam of your local mosque. God help us all, says Ishmael. Bro, why are you so odd to Jordan M? Yeah, what would be wrong with him being the imam of the local mosque? They got brother Jordan M. Makeup artiste Jin Wali is here, says Birdnest Rapfest. You are fascinating, Shashi G. Please contribute to Sir Kayam G's future show. I am here to invite you for a live stream taking place for more fun now if possible. Says Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder, are you KMG? KMG? Is that who you are? Or are you somebody that works for him? Saying, all right, mate, is bid'ah. Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it? If you're saying it to a Muslim, right? Well, I don't know. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. That's the greeting for the Muslims. Tahiyyat tayyibatan. This is in the Quran. And the greeting of the people of Jannah. The greeting of the people of Jannah. Salamun alaykum tibtum. This is greeting of the people of paradise. And it's the greeting that Muslims greet each other with. So when people tell me, oh, yeah, we're brothers in humanity. No, sorry. This is a greeting for Muslims. Reactionary in Super Salafi mode. Super Salafi, yeah. Okay. What's the difference between a Super Salafi and a Salafi? See alive OG. Drives me crazy, says Safi says. Adam Saleh is controversial. Am I way behind in the comments? I might be. Sorry. Adam Saleh is a controversial guy. Yeah, okay. Who isn't controversial, to be honest? Steady on reactionary. That's the fourth victim tonight. Yeah, I do somehow come across antagonistic. Apologies, people. I smell a pig in the chat, says DT. Okay, maybe that's a troll. Rolling Thunder says, you come, J Devi Uzma G channel, sir, welcome there. Rolling Thunder, can you jump on for a moment, please? I'd like to ask you something. Like, I'm not trying to beg people to come on, but bro, this is like embarrassing. Why is nobody jumping on? Even Jordan M is not jumping on. Jordan M, why aren't you jumping on? Should I start talking about EF Dawah? Okay, I'll do it. Look, come on and do. I'll give you free advertising space for EF Dawah. You can, do like a free ad campaign. I won't charge you. Okay, calm down. You're talking the most. Okay. Yeah, look, Ishmael, whoever you are, you be careful. There's one Muslim online you cannot speak about. Well, there's a few actually. One of them is Jordan M. The whole world of online Muslims will come crashing down upon you if you go against Jordan M. Okay? Yeah. And another one is Adnan Rashid. Another one is what's that guy? Mufti Menk. Yasir Qadi. Mention these names and the world of online Muslims, they'll smash you to pieces, bro. I'll tell you. Ishmael, you're digging yourself a hole. Don Jamal, reactionary, Wagwan, when are you gonna do the karaoke again? Lol. Ha ha ha. How are you doing, Green Dunya? Are you good, brother? Long time no see. Hope you're well. Jump on, innit? Do you know what those mean? Durud. Doesn't durud mean like, I don't know, it's either adhkar or dua or a combination. I'm not quite sure. Man thinks things are free. Lul. You should listen to Muhammad Hijab than this Hizbiyya you're following. What are you talking about, Sister C Alive OG? What Hizbiyya? Where's the Hizbiyya? I'm not part of any Hizb. The Hizbiyya, only Hizbiyya I see is the Dawah cults, right? Well, that's not the only Hizb I see. I see a bunch of Hizbiyyas, right? But it's just, as in the words of Kwame Brown, the go along, get along gang, right? All these different groups who go along with each other just to get along, just to fit in. Like, just independent. That's it. I'm on my own. Not trying to join people's hizbs. I am fun lover, sir, and trying to be a better person. I support Kayam and Uzma G show. Why don't you support Amina Sada? What's the problem? Why have you abandoned her? I think you should support Amina G. Are these acronyms Pubu, Ra, Sut, Sa, Bid'ah? Okay, Gain. SAW. What does that mean? That's an acronym, right? And if you look, I think it was Imam Malik or Imam Shafi'i, I don't remember which one. They said that it's impermissible to write the letter Sad in your text as an abbreviation for Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said you have to write the whole thing. You can't just write the letter Sad. He says it's impermissible to do that. Okay. So what's the case if in a different language you're using acronyms? Same thing. So if you want, you can go and argue with Imam Shafi'i or Imam Malik, whichever one it was that made that fatwa. Rolling Thunder Thighs, Speaker's Corner G. Yes, Gain. By the way, how much would you rate Amina Sadar out of 10? Would you marry someone who looks like that? Obviously, you wouldn't marry a Hindu, right? But what's your, yeah, what score would you give, what's her name? Amina Sadar. I know what score I'd give. I don't like to be insulting to anyone. So take your time, Sheshi G. See you, sir. Have the very best evening. Yes, Roland Thunder. You're welcome. Jump on anytime you like. Yeah. Walaikum salam, brother Abu Bilal Al Maghribi. How are you? Long time no see, brother. Hope you're well. Actually, where's your bestie Ralph? He letting you down tonight? Well, no, he was live last night. Big up, Ralph. He done some good shows, man. Yeah, very, very interesting guy, Ralph. Actually, what's the world news? Need some metros out. Yeah, well, you know, give me the headlines. If you, because I can't share my screen from my phone. If you give me the headlines in the Metro or whichever newspaper you want, someone type the headlines in the comments and I'll comment on those headlines. Can't jump on. I'm doing my nails, says Jordan M. Yeah, well, apparently, some people think, well, you're doing your nails. What about your makeup? Muhammad Hijab, says Mr. Alio Antics. What about Muhammad Hijab? Why know what acronym are? Do you know what acronym means, again? It's like abbreviations. It's like take the first letter of words and then combine them. So PDF. I'm sure PDF means like each of those letters belongs to a word, but I don't remember what PDF stands for. What else? Who knows any acronyms? Like my mind's gone. NFL, National Football League. NBA, National Basketball Association. Me, myself, and I says salam. Salam to you as well, me, myself, and I. See? He says salam. How am I supposed to respond to salam? Do I say salam back? Do I say double salam? What do I say? Do I say wa alaikum salam? What's the correct response? Sir, it is not permissible right now. Sorry, it's not possible right now. But I will be free to talk with you, Shashiji, in 1 hour from now. Okay. Well, if I'm still live, you can jump on in an hour's time. You're welcome. Don Jamal, wisdom. What? Oh, wassalam. Yeah, wassalam. There you go. Safi says, check it out. He's giving you exactly what you're asking for. Wassalam. Wassalam. Safi says, SWT, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. How do I spell it? Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Jacko Radio says, you should ban Jordan M. He's a freaky guy faking it. Faking what? About the nails, you mean? Faking the nails. He's making you look silly. Okay, Jacko Radio, say so. Maybe jump on Jacko Radio and tell us what you mean by that. Reactionary, do you know where Fogger Toe Faz is? Did he run away? Did he run away your ex from Holland? See Alive OG, what are you saying? I'm trying to understand what you said. So basically you're asking, do I know where Fogger Faz is? Not sure. Actually, I was asking somebody the other day if they've seen him, because he hasn't gone live in a long time, so hopefully he's all right. If anybody has heard from Sir Faz, let us know. It's a bit concerned, hopefully he hasn't, he could have died, right? Could have passed away. How would anybody know if someone dies online? Unless their family comes on and tells us. But I doubt he's died. I'm sure somebody would have notified us. But hopefully he's well, inshallah. And in terms of your ex from Holland, I don't understand what that comment is, sorry. We can say things about Jordan M. He don't mind, right? 5-0, Jordan says gain. Okay. Jordan, I never said that. That was gain, okay? Some people are a bit sensitive about those kind of comments, gain. I know you think those kind of comments are just... I don't support comments like that, to be honest. I think it's a bit out of line, and I think you should apologize, game. Next time, convenient time, Don Jamal. Okay, Don Jamal. I can't stay in this chat. Might catch something. Oh dear. Well then, come on the panel then, Jordan, bro. Come on. Yeah. The world wants to see you. They enjoy your conversation. So do I, by the way. Come on, bro. Do you know what is radod? What is radod? Who understands this comment? Big up Mr. Alio Antics, by the way. Hashtag Antics, anti-extremism and bullying online. Come there, the channel which I will write on above. Jai Hind Shashiji. My advice to Muslims: unfollow Jordan M on TikTok before you become misguided. Oh dear, Jordan M. What's going on? Like Ishmael and Jordan M, I summon you both to the panel. You need to talk this out. I want to know what's going on between you two. Jordan M, who is Ishmael? What did you do to him? Or her, it might be a woman, right? Using a man's name, I don't know. What's this? Gain eats rice and curry in palm leaves. Okay. Antics says, I thought only Faz supporting Amina. Well, Speaker's Corner G seems to be a big fan of the Hindus. Yeah. Ismail, astaghfirullah. Says, can you imagine that you send a jinn to someone through iCloud? Who did that? Who sent a jinn to somebody through the iCloud? Can you send it through like the Google Cloud as well, or is it only Apple? Is it an Apple compatible jinn you're talking about? See Alive, like who did that? Apple jinn. Jordan M, don't make me send the jinns back. What's this about jinns, Jordan? Are they talking about you? Uh-oh. The police coming. Just bear with me a moment, people. Allow them to pass. There we go. Thanks. Here we go. Back with you. Jordan M, don't make me send the jinns back. Jack, how come in your videos you sound like Chewbacca with disabilities? Oh my god. You know Jordan M is good at the personal digs. Yeah. I've seen him really, and he does it in a subtle sort of way. Almost passive aggressive. Anyhow, Gain ran short of frocking rice. Jordan La LMAO, does he? Haha, now I need to listen. Okay. Come to Glasgow and say that, says Jacko Radio. Come to Glasgow. I can't do a Scottish accent. What would you give her? Me, myself. What would you give who? What would you give her? Oh, you're talking about that Amina Sadat? Nah, she's not my type, bro. Not at all. Yeah. Amina has calmed down since meeting Mufti Faz. Oh dear. Am I vaccinated? Oh dear. Are you alive? You answer that question and then I'll answer it. Find Jordan. I'm sending the jinns back. Be ready. Boycott Sir Faz, says DTB4L. Thanks, reactionary. I didn't know. Sia cannot jinn deliver vaccine also. Someone is in heat with all that banter. Bennet's Rap Fest. What jinns delivering vaccines? Reactionary dictionaries. Yeah, okay, good one, Don Jamal. Do you want an award for that comment? Right. Oh, if Jack jumps on, could you please provide subtitles? Jack, is that how bad you speak? Oh dear. Right, he be chilling with your gal. Jordan LOL. Mr. Faz is in Bangladesh, giving his cows a ghusl. Don is Faz, okay? Who's Don? Oh, Don, not Don Jamal. Oh, you're asking him, is Faz okay? I get you. Yeah. Question mark would have helped on that one. OMG, if he died, Allah yarhamah. That was ages ago we talked about that. Jordan M, you being racist, you English parasites. Jacko Radio, what is up with you and Jordan? You and Ishmael don't like Jordan much, obviously. Last I heard, he's in Dash oneness. Shut up, reactionary, you joker. You done that in the past. Done what? Not sure. K-Baller, Jordan, are you married yet? Oh, okay, everybody's always interested in Jordan getting married. Reactionary reading comments made. Oh, is it that? Am I that? No. These are the most recent comments, bro. Baklava on site. Jordan M, just be honest. Tell them you've been faking it. You are actually Dave. So Jacko Radio's been like, you've caused confusion, Jordan, with your videos, where some people believe that you're actually Dave mocking Jordan M. Mr. Alio LMAO. Jordan M is not a 5-0 because that unit is in Hawaii. Jordan M doesn't live in Hawaii. Hope that clarifies any suspicion. Gain. Ha ha ha. That was a funny joke, Gain, by the way. Yeah, I'll give you props for that. Jack O'Radio, you a coward. Come in, fight Jordan M. Don, you think he can fight? I think Reaction is going to discover Miss Pakistan 2007 channel soon, as he is Asian Murtad hunting. Is there a user called Miss Pakistan 2007? If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know about it, so I'll have to look it up, inshallah. I'm going to look for Brelvi channels. Are there any Brelvi live streams? If you know any, please let me know. See you live, OG versus Jordan M, says Joe Baz. Jacko Radio, stop running. He can knock you and Banksy out 2-on-1. Yeah, like, would you mess with Jordan M, Jacko Radio? I don't think you would mess with Jordan M. Don Jamal, low IQ, says Zotto. Sia lost weight drinking pumpkin soup. Is that true, Sia? Did you tell him that? Have I ever had pumpkin soup? Yeah, I have actually. Some hotel I was staying in. Yeah. I mean, you can make any soup taste nice. Pea soup is tasty, depending on how you make it. And he's gonna be. They all Barelvis, man. Yeah, Barelvis, man. I don't know. How can anybody in their right mind be a Barelvi or a Shia or a what's the thing? Qadiani? Who on earth with like dignity and common sense would remain on those religions? Like, you just have to switch your brains off to accept what they teach. I had a Breville once. Over 20 BHS trusts declare, you mean NHS trusts, declare critical incident. Oh, what? The numbers of the Omicron? Is that what's happening? Yeah. And then after Omicron, there'll probably be another variant. And it's like this booster thing is a non-stop, never-ending game, isn't it? Don Jamal is the Shia Superman. I lost weight looking at K-Bola, stopped eating. Oh dear. Khan, she got you with that one. That was actually, See You Live, that was actually quite funny. Yeah, that was a good one. So I've seen two good ones tonight. One from you, one from Gain. Don, stop the fetishization of white men who pretend to be Muslim. White men who pretend to be Muslim, dear me. Chaco Radio, what? You honestly think with the real Jordan M is Dave? Is that what you think? Sia and you are still unmarried. Like, how on earth, Jacko Radio, what makes you think that the man is pretending to be Muslim? Do you think he would take his Shahada, go all the way to Mecca and Medina, do Umrah, right? Come back, spend hours online on, Dawah channels and his own channels and propagating Islam, and on TikTok, which I haven't been using because I haven't installed it. And you think he's faking that? Come on, mate. No, he's not faking it, bro. And if somebody was faking it, like, what would be their benefit? What are they getting out of faking something like that? Sia and you are still unmarried, says K Bola. He's saying, Sia, you are still unmarried. Raheem wears adult nappies. I don't know which Raheem you're talking about. Are you talking about? There's two Raheems, I know. K Baller, didn't I say someone is? Don't push her to make a show about you, Khan. Comments are funny. Jacko Radio and Banksy worships Jordan M. Okay. Why are you chasing girls on Discord, Don Jamal? Is that true, Don Jamal? You're chasing girls on Discord? Why is Jordan M allowed cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad on this channel? What? Who said he's got that? Jordan M, is that true? I don't think he's here anymore, but if he is, if you're here, Jordan M, is that true? You got cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad on your channel? I doubt it, Jacko Radio. Next time, ask a Desi Asian if they believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as an intercessor, and is he the reason Allah created mankind? Is that the Bravi beliefs? It's a good question, Gain. Was also very funny. So what's the thing you asked? Ask them if they believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as an intercessor, and is he the reason that Allah created mankind? All right, big up, Gain. I need to learn more from you about this. He gets attention. Please. Nibiru is obsessed with Sister Halima. He won't stop harassing her. Okay, and how do you know that? Yeah, how do you know that? Sia moved in with, okay, K-Bola. I'm not going to read the comment out loud, but there it is. That's some core belief of Brelvis. Can I ask where you got that from? How you know that? Please, Gain. Okay, don't you know? When was the last time you saw your starfish? Sia gets her black seed oil from Speaker's Corner Christmas market. Yeah. He's got Hatun holding them, but it's his video on his channel. Is that correct to show them? Interested in Jacko Radio. A good guess is something's wrong with people. Ha 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 ha. Reactionary, you are Iranian. Okay. Zotto, get a life, you sado, always chasing girls virtually and paying them monies to watch topics like Akirat. Oneness. Oh, you're asking the question. Okay. I hate all that fighting. They both need to stop, inshallah. Why is it wrong for Hatun, but okay for Jordan to post it? What did he do exactly, Jacobity? You're saying he posted a video of Hatun, which had a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. From meeting some and reading about it back in subcontinent. Okay, okay, thank you. So is that something you were taught growing up, Brother Gain? And if so, when did you correct that belief? When did you come to realize that was not correct? You use black seed. Don Jamal, the Shia, super low IQ. Your dad is gay dunya. By the way, has anyone seen Jay Gay around? What should I say? JK. It's a long time since I've seen him. Yes, that's it, reactionary. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know what you're saying. Now, maybe he was reviewing a video she did and it happened to have that picture there. If he's like made a permanent image on the screen, having that picture, then that's a different matter. But if he's just reviewing a video where she's done that, Still, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question, Jacko Radio. It's not something nice. Cable, I'm impressed you know about seeds. Usually you go straight to saturated fats. Jacobite is drunk. Yeah. Yo Wagwan my driller, says Gandalf the White. See, do you mean saturated twats? Long time G. Yes, big up Gandalf the White. How are you? Jacko Radio, yeah, it's an interesting question. It's like if somebody insults Allah. Now you want to discuss the fact that they've insulted Allah. Are you allowed to also repeat the insult? Right? As a Muslim, I wouldn't. Okay? Even though I could say in quotes what's being said. I wouldn't actually say it. So I think it applies the same way, perhaps. Just get a fat band like a certain demon. Okay, what about when I went on John Fontaine last time and that guy claimed that if more people believe something than less, it's true and is on the lesser number of people. Exactly, yeah, you're right. Why so? That is what happened. And did you notice they were like trying to stick it on you? And then I don't know if you read my comments in the chat that day, but I was telling them give him the hour, and then John Fontaine softened up on you a bit. So yeah, but that is pretty much what happened. You're right. Jack, are you Muslim yet? Says Gandalf the White. Jacko Radio. Yeah, so you're enjoying the good and forbidden evil. Well, let's talk to him about it. Inshallah, if he comes on later or if he's around, we can put it to him, inshallah. I'm good, G. Alhamdulillah. Hi, hope you're well. I hope you're well too, brother Gandalf the White. Where's Saruman the Grey? Was it? Yeah, there was like a couple. Was that you or was that somebody else? Safi, my G. Hello. Zotto, keep crying to man in Discord. Is Zotto a man or a woman? No, my ancestors are not Barelvis. Most likely Deobandis. Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Not the Sufi ones. Okay, big up. Twat saturated with black seed. Gay dunya watching man's. Yeah, Zotto, I think you're a woman, aren't you? Why so religious? Yeah, I read them. Why so religious? Still obsessed with Islam. Oh, he says I read them. You mean you read my comments? I get it. Where's your boyfriend, Snake One? Ah, dear. Oh, go on, brother. Nibiru, the type of guy that buys. Oh, you're saying that person's also is Nibiru. Is that what you're saying, Don Jamal? Nibiru, the type of guy that buys females used knickers from eBay. Gosh. Saruman is someone else, my G. Okay. Low IQ, 1 pound fish. Safi, it's been months. How are you? I think it is permissible to say what people say to explain it Islamically. We see sheikhs do this a lot. Alaikum salam. See you live, OG. Big up. Have a good evening. Me, myself, and I. Gandalf the White reaction. Did you hear about Tommy Robinson's car blown up? No. When you say blown up, you mean he was driving a balloon? A balloon as a car. His car was made of like a toy balloon. No, I didn't hear about it. Yeah, apparently he's going to release another documentary. Tommy Robinson's done. No one cares about him, bro. Like, he's not relevant. He's finished. Only old people liked him in the first place. Just ignore him. I think that's all you need to do with Tommy Robinson. Just ignore the guy. He's done. Deobandi Barelvis are at war with each other, takfiring each other, and fatwas on them. Big problem in the subcontinent. Really, Gain? I need to speak to some Deobandis, bro. I need to find out what's their issue with the Barelvis. Because Barelvis, man, they're some weird religion. You know, Pakistani atheist, I was talking to him on here the other night, well, through the chat. It turns out the guy wasn't actually a Muslim. You know, he's called himself the Pakistani atheist or the ex-Muslim. He's not an ex-Muslim. He's an ex-Brelvi. That explains things. Like, if he called himself an ex-Brelvi, we can understand. He's not a Muslim. He never was. He was a Brelvi. How could somebody be a Muslim and leave Islam? That makes no sense at all. But being a Brelvi and then leaving Brelvism, yeah, who wouldn't? What sense is there to be a Brelvi? Anyway. Diobandi and Brelvis, yeah, okay. Now, I haven't looked into Diobandism. I need to find out what that's about. We actually debate Pakistan model Mahlij Sarkai or Nuria Khan. Both say they're ex-Muslims. Maybe you can fix them with your special touch. Okay, Speaker's Corner G. Why don't you put the... Oh, let me take a screenshot of that then. What, did they go live as well? Is that their channel names? Okay. Soya, don't go. I'm sorry, you mean Sia, don't go. I'm sorry. Mandem here are creeps. Gandalf, I know, bro. Where you been hiding? Away from the war zones, I guess. Somebody blew up Tommy Robinson's car. Oh, gosh. Was he in the car? If he wasn't in the car, then it might just be an insurance scam. What do you think? And an attempt to get asylum in the United States. That's really what's probably going on. And to get full-time security for free from the government. I'm going to change my profile pic to when Gay Dunya kissing Snake One. Oh, dear. Nibiru sleeps on the phone to Luton and Jat every night. Oh, dear. Ah, big up brother Nibiru. Big up brother Nibiru. Yeah. So you mentioned Nibiru, Luton, and Jat. Yeah, so big up brother Nibiru and big up brother Luton. By not quoting the person and saying what it is that they said exactly, it can lead to confusion, especially since a lot of people use the same phrases or arguments against Muslims. Helps prepare. Yeah, it's a fair point. I'd probably say I'm not going to repeat the words, but you can find them on this link, or you can find them in, and I can describe where the video is. I'm not going to. I wouldn't personally repeat such kind of words. Like if somebody swears, right, and they say F-U-C-K, if they said the word, right, if they said the word F-U-C-K-U, okay, and I'm describing to you what happened, I'm not going to say that the word. I'm going to say they said F-U. That's what I'm going to say. Don Jamal, Safi, couple days ago, I think. What's Berelvi? Exactly, Gandalf the White. Go to many mosques, especially in northern part of England. Like nearly many of the mosques you go to will be from this community. They're called Berelvis. Yeah. There are people who believe, what was it that Brother Gain said? They believed in a certain type of intercession, impermissible intercession of the Prophet ﷺ. So you do bid'ah by praying to him or calling on him. And they also do something else, which I can't remember what it was. I'll just check. Yeah, it's strange. I don't know why. I've been taking screenshots, but I can't find them. I'll have to search through my phone. Yeah. I've been super occupied, but I check in every now and then. By the way, Gandalf, where's Raspect? Is he still going live? I decided to subscribe to his channel the last time he was going live, but I haven't seen him any notifications. A couple of days ago, I think. What's Berelvi? Yeah, they're just some other religion who call themselves Muslims. Nibiru, keep fantasizing. Rai Sheet, we know you're a virtual. Okay. Have lipstick. Okay. So Zoto, are you Nibiru? Is that right? When was your longest? Okay. Yeah. No, he was at the hotel with family. He blames Muslims. Brelvis are influenced by works of Sufi order like Chishti Naqshbandi. Ah, interesting. Heavily influenced by Sufi Imam Abdurrahim and Tustati Khan. Oh my gosh. Aren't you Naqshbandi, by the way? Is Khan Naqshbandi? I think that would, if Khan is Naqshbandi, then that explains everything. That explains everything. Gain, you are a source of valuable information. I never realized it until now. All this time, I ignored whatever you talked about because I thought you were just chatting, like just. But tonight, you've corrected me. Now I take you as a person of knowledge, brother. Gain, yeah, big up. Gay Dunya, the pick coming soon. Don't worry. Soya bean soup loves pumpkin seeds. Erection, okay, very intelligent comment, unknown X. Yeah, you must be proud of your education. It's not about Tommy, it's about government which let this happen, says Sepid Asadi. Reactionary, debate Christian Prince. You're okay. You long time, my G. Just so you know, lol, wagwan, G. Manny Cinder finds Tommy Robinson's relevant. Does anybody find Manny Cinder relevant, Joe Baz? Like, is Manny Cinder relevant? Who is Manny Cinder? Like, who cares about anything Manny Cinder says? Hello, Halimi. Oh my gosh. Keep imagining. Okay. Why Brother Haji never talk about Brelvis in his country? Exactly. But the Brelvis seem to love Brother Haji, right? Hmm. Okay, Gandalf. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just clicking on the comments and reading them. Sorry if I don't read them all out loud these days. Oh gosh. Gandalf, there's over 200 million Brelvi. 200 million. I'm sure that's an exaggeration. No, actually, I'm not sure. That is a lot. Not sure if we can fear them, as most don't know. Plus, they do believe in the Quran and Sunnah, just bid'ah introduced over time. What do you mean by believe in the Quran and the Sunnah? What does that mean? So if you read a hadith to a person who's a Brelvi, will they accept it? Or will they reject it? I mean, what's the term believe mean? You joker. Okay. Why is he fighting? He never attacks sisters. I hold back purposely. Don't want to belittle people's IQ or knowledge. Tonight is okay. You're so smart, it's YouTube delete them and I'm typing. Yeah. Bear with me a sec. Keep typing if you like. Oh, someone in private chats. Alhamdulillah. I never really understood mum insults because, like, if someone says, "Oh, I was with your mother last night," well, we know that you weren't with someone's mother last night. Like, what's the point of saying it? Doesn't It's obviously a lie. And then the other question is, why would somebody get upset at that comment? Because we know it's a lie. It's pretty childish. Okay. Oh gosh. They accept all 6 books of hadiths. They call themselves Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, not Barelvis. They just have different interpretation and understanding of hadiths and the Quran. Maturidi. Yeah. I just so happened to find a book on my bookshelf. I pulled it out. I pulled the book out of the stack of books. And the title is a book in Arabic, by the way. Al-Birayalwiya. It's basically a book about Barelvism. So I'm going to read it and check it out. I might do an online reading. Oh, by the way, who remembers when we used to debate the Rafida, the Shia, on Big Arda's channel? And once somebody posted a video of a Shia scholar reading from Khomeini's book, where he was talking about what they do with like 2-year-old. Yeah, this is their book of fiqh, and he's saying what they would do with a 2-year-old girl or what a man can do. Disgusting. Like, oh, dude, like Tommy Robinson is putting this video clip in his documentary, and what's he saying? This is what Muslims believe. He's saying this is Muslims who believe this. No, it's not. It's the stinking sorry. It's the Rafida Shia people who believe that. Not even, I wouldn't even say even the Rafida Shia. It's the followers of that lunatic. Anyhow, and do you remember that other video where we read about them saying, yeah, the same author talked about if a man has relations, relieves himself basically sexually in a camel, is it permissible to eat from that camel's meat? Like, oh my goodness. He says, no, you have to sell the meat in a neighboring town. Like, I don't understand. This is just lunacy. But imagine there are people in the world who actually do that. I saw a documentary on Vice once about Colombia, and there's a growing trend, but it's popular for young men, for youth, to have sexual relations with donkeys, and it's becoming so widespread that people are having problems when they actually get married to women because they still have feelings for the donkey. I'm not joking. Well, I don't know if this was just like fiction played off as though it's real, but it's Vice is a documentary channel, so again, it could just be people pulling your leg just for views. But still, the idea was this disgusting, nasty. That's quite a funny comment, Don Jamal. Weren't the Ottomans Maturidi too? K-Baller, are you Naqshbandi? K-Baller, are you a Brelvi, honestly? I think you are, aren't you? That's why you always teamed up with the Brelvis against me. Yeah, now it all makes sense. It's all adding up. You know, it's one. I've got one of those light bulb moments tonight. You know, when you watch those whodunit detective movies, and the guy suddenly realizes what's really going on. Oh, if anyone's interested, I watched a show on Netflix called Stay Close. If you want something to watch, it's an English-made drama or thriller, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So if you want something to watch, I'd recommend that. Not sure about this American one. Seems like too much hype around it, so I wouldn't watch the American one. But that Stay Close, yeah, watch that. It's quite good. And the good thing, it's only one series. So far, I suspect they're going to make a second series because it's pretty good. Abrelvis Ottoman. Brother, I feel like such a mom right now. Okay, thank you, Gain. So that explains it. Khan, all this time you've been not disclosing your cards. You've been acting like you're not a Brelvi, but you've always been defending him. Why don't you just admit it that you're a Brelvi? Gosh. Oh, donkeys, yeah. And I don't know if you all has everybody here watched the Daniel Hakikatu documentary on polytheism? His part 3 of his documentary about religions. He's got something called polytheism. That's the only one I've watched, by the way. So I haven't watched 1 and 2, but part 3, you have to watch that. That is a fantastic, excellent piece of work. There, if you want to know the lunacy of Hinduism, watch that video. Not just Hinduism, but basically every religion. There's some shirk is just lunacy, craziness. Safi, if you want to know what the Hindus do with horses, and it's in their books, in their texts, it's like who makes up this stuff? Like whose imagination? They must be working with jinn, and these devils are telling them what to do. It's this like yuck. Don Jamal, was that him really? I mean, I had a suspicion, but was that really him? I never got actual confirmation, you know, like that was. But if you're saying that was him, then wow. Bravi Takfir the Diobandi Salafi. I don't go for freshies who wear nappies. I was never against you, only your paranoid delusions. Yeah, Khan. You know you were, bro. You were always against the haq, supporting Brelvism. Because it made no sense to me. Khan's an intelligent guy. He's smart. He's not stupid. Why would he be defending Brelvis? I was bamboozled. That left me in more shock than anything else. What's this? AKA, a joke, nobody wants you. What's your opinion about the new Swedish microchip rollout for vaccine passport? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not a fan about any of these sorts of things. Right? Personally, I believe it should be a choice. Right? That's it. Let people take it if they want. Don't twist people's arms into taking these drugs or treatments. Just give them the freedom to choose. And if you're going to force people to take it, make sure that these companies can be sued if they do something wrong. I'm assuming this is in the middle again. Is it true you eat Nutella straight out the jar? Is there something wrong with eating Nutella out the jar? Okay. Oh, you mean without a spoon? Is that what you're talking about? Because I sometimes sit with a jar of Nutella and nibble at it with a teaspoon. Like very tiny, I'll scrape very tiny bits of Nutella onto a teaspoon and just, I'll spend half an hour doing that, no problem. And it's not going to be more than the equivalent of having a bar of chocolate, of Snickers, for example. You can consume a Snickers in 10 seconds, and you can have tiny little dibbles of Nutella and have less than the equivalent of half a bar of Snickers. Why the United Kingdom is a big mess, says Joe Baz. Why is isn't every country a big mess? Well, maybe not. That's a good question. Maybe liberalism is the answer. I mean, freedom, absolute liberalism, absolute freedom, and atheism. These are things that cause people to just run around like headless chicken, doing whatever they feel like. Not about what's right or wrong, just what they feel like doing, whatever satisfies them. As Allah said in the Quran, إنهم كالأنعام بل هم أضل. They are like cattle, nay, they are worse, they are more astray. No, Barelvis are revisionist during Indian freedom movement, started by Ahmed Reza in North India, influenced by Sufi works. Yeah, we had a guest on the channel a couple of nights back again, and he was saying that Barelvis, they are basically a Muslim version of Christianity. Because somebody asked, don't they love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Don't they have lots of demonstrations and things where they defend the honor of our holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And he said, yeah, that's true. But the issue with Barelvis is that they've gone beyond what's acceptable in love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They've turned him into almost a god, right? They've given him godly attributes, saying that he's created from the nur of Allah, right? And their love of the Prophet ﷺ is, in fact, there's a hadith that warns against it. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "La tatruni kama atarat an-Nasara Isa ibn Maryam," or kama qal, or something like this, where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Do not exceed the bounds with regards to me, like the way the Christians exceeded with Jesus, the son of Mary." Okay. And this is what the brother was telling us. He said this appears to be what the problem with Barelvis is. They've gone to excessiveness with regards to the rank of the Prophet. They raise him above his rank as a human. So they're deifying him. They're basically becoming a Muslim form of Christianity. Don't say the horse thing, let them watch the video. To be honest, if someone said to me, your mother looks like a horse, that would be a comment that would, I mean, it's easy to ignore mum comments and mum insults, but that is one that, I don't know, that would be hard to let go. Reaction, haha, me too. Oh, is it? Safi says, mashallah. In reality, we probably all do things that we think are sort of unique to us. But it turns out many people probably do the same thing. Yeah. And I think that's why comedians are quite successful with their comedy, especially in stand-up. Because they'll tell you scenarios or situations which they find themselves in, and their response to it is quite hilarious. And then when you think about it, you laugh because you found yourself in the exact same situation, right? And you're laughing because you thought it was only you who had experienced that, but in reality, everybody does. Does the teaspoon hurt? Okay. I use my finger. What do you mean, does it hurt? You mean when you lick the chocolate off the teaspoon? Why would it hurt? Or I make an extra filled slice of bread. Gain, I'm off for now. Okay, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Big up, brother Gain. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Oh, you are right now. You. Where is Sheikh One? Disappeared. 2. I want to talk to her. Yeah, where is Sheikh One? Is he all right? I haven't seen him in a while. There's 2 people I haven't seen in a while. I didn't see Faz, and I haven't seen Sheikh One. Hopefully they're both well. How do you like donuts? Would you think Brexit could have an impact on UK wealth? I'm pretty sure it does, yeah, and it will, and it does. I mean, let's say you're in the UK and you travel for work in Europe. Well, now you can't do that because you need the right to reside in Europe, the right to work and live in the EU. So there's a lot of work that you can lose out on. Can't bid on certain contracts perhaps as well. So definitely it's going to have an effect. They say Muhammad has knowledge of the unseen, and also he sees all your deeds. They've given him divine powers. Yeah, there you go again. Exactly. So it's the Muslim version of Christianity. Okay, Sheikh ones. Yeah. They're going to holiday in Israel. That being nice. Thank you. Catch you later, guys. Yeah, big up, King. Thank you for coming. Okay, voila. Okay. Exhausted. Okay, actually, would you rejoin our server if invited by the mods? Well, K-Baller, I did rejoin it and I was booted off. So I've been booted off that server, off your server, 3 times, I believe. Yeah, it's twice or 3 times. Yeah. For what reason? I've never been rude to anybody. Like, I've only been polite. I've accepted like torrents of abuse from not just one person, from multiple people on your server. They haven't got booted. They haven't got timed out, muted, anything. But for some reason, I get booted off your server. Not just once, twice, maybe even 3 times if my memory serves me correctly. So why would I accept an invitation to return? Fool me once, shame on you. The point is, you can't be fooled, according to George W. So K-Baller, no, you can come to my server, by the way. My Discord has been quite, it's been kicking, it's been, what's the word? It's been popping recently, yeah. The reactionary Discord server has been quite banging. So if you want to join that, you're welcome. React. Are you suggesting I'm not on the haqq? I'm not suggesting that. I mean, do you believe you're on the haqq, K-Baller? I didn't say you're not on the haqq, but are you suggesting Brelvism is the haqq? Is that what you're suggesting? Like even Gain just confirmed to you that Brelvism is a Muslim form of Christianity. Okay. Now, are you saying that is the haqq? You got booted, K-Baller. Oh dear me. It's not a lad's thing. It's an emotional thing. That's a feminine thing to do, to boot people. Who booted you? That is, oh dear. Was it JK who booted you? Who booted you? Actually, good point, Afi. I'm not sure which point you're talking about, Safi says. Sorry. um, F off, you boring. Stop caping for gating this. Okay. Discord, Afi. Yeah, Discord, Safi says. Them New York concrete rap are too hard reactionary. Concrete rap? Like, give me an example. Who are you talking about, Bird Nest Rap Fest? Stop perving at sisters online. Yeah. I got booted by the resident Salafi. What, Rando? Rando booted you, K-Baller? Oh dear. I don't think Rando would boot you. It must be somebody else. And the fact that somebody else booted you, K-Baller, well, he's doing it under the express approval of the channel owner. So ultimately, I mean, the channel owner at any point could say, yeah, okay, listen, you were wrong to boot him. I'm adding him back. The fact that he didn't do that means the mod is acting on behalf of and in accordance with the wishes of the owner. So really, bun the owner. Bun the owner of that channel and bun the one who booted you. Yeah. And if you say that, I support you. Bun them both. Bun them both. Hold on a second. Sorry?
If you smoke, I've got £6 on.
Yeah, somebody's asking for cigarettes, mate. But I don't smoke, so I can't give him any. And I don't have cash to give him, so. Where are we now? I don't even know who's beefing who right now. So who's the issue between Zotto and Don Jamal or DTB4L and Don Jamal? Who's the beef between? Hmm. Well, people, don't know why nobody's jumping on. K-Baller, aren't you jumping on? I've never seen you to be so quiet. Okay. Okay, so DTB4L and Grey Dunya are on the same team. Is that what you're saying? And they're both against you, Zota. Okay. So Zotto, are you Nibiru, or was that incorrect from Grey Dunya? You never know who's who. There's so many different user accounts that people use. Oh, you are Nibiru. Okay. So what happened between you and Grey Dunya then? Why aren't you two getting on? DTB4L says, I'm Team Halima. He wanted to marry her, and now he won't leave her. No. Is that true, Nibiru? I'm not him, but I'm DTB4L. That's okay. Nibiru won't leave Halima alone. Nibiru, did you really ask Halima to get married? Can they eat Nutella with a... Khan, is that the real Nibiru? Is Zotto really Nibiru, or is it a fake person? I think you would know, right? Anyone on that team gets the auto block. Anyone on that team gets the auto block. I said yes to when you asked me about beefing them too. Okay. Team A or B, did you dislike my blindness? Team Halima equals Halima. So it's a team of one. Huh? Oh gosh. Oh, Zotto, you said you're not Nibiru. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, Bola. Stop talking about... Okay. So Zotto, if you're not Nibiru, who are you? What's your usual username? Who's that in K-Baller's avatar? Ah. Then Ikra, stop pretending you're not watching, okay? I'm still waiting for you to jump on. This is the reason I haven't shut down the stream. I've been waiting for you. Oh dear. Okay. Yes, Safi says, how's what is it, brother Omar? Is he all right? Omar Abdullah. Yeah, I haven't got a clue. You know something though, Safi says? This user DTB4L and Zotto could actually be the same person with two accounts and just pretending to be different people and debating themselves. Like, what's that thing when people have multiple personalities? Yeah, it could be a person with multiple personalities using two different accounts. It's Father Kufmus holding a box of Ferrero Rocher. Why would you have that as your avatar, K-Bola? Schizophrenia. Some beef happening, is there? Safi says. With who? Okay, if you're saying that, then who are you, Zoto? It's nice and calm, isn't it? Nice and relaxing. So if anybody out there is in bed on their phone, hopefully you'll fall asleep quite easily. I feel like singing a lullaby. Okay. Oh dear. Jen, are you also not jumping? Are you at work? Is that where you're at? Oh gosh. But to be honest, I think like the question is, would you marry somebody from this online world? And if the answer is yes, then that means you're crazy because everyone in this online world is crazy. So it wouldn't be a problem because you got two crazy people marrying each other. Okay, that makes sense. But if you're not crazy, then do not marry somebody from this online world. That's probably good advice. Mm. Like, think of a person, name anybody in this online world, right? And tell me honestly, are they crazy or not? Is there something about them that is like mad? And you probably find, yeah, every single person is mad. Now, does that include me? Yeah, probably, because I'm just sitting here reading comments, like not just good comments, but any comment. Yes, Abu Bilal, you're mad as well, bro, because you're watching this. Yeah, so we're all mad. Usually, right? I can just end the stream by this point because my battery's would be about to die. But for some reason, my phone's holding up pretty well. So I haven't shut down yet. Hmm. Would you marry someone from the gym? Well, the question is, K-Baller, if you marry that someone from the gym, would you allow her to keep going to the gym? Or would you expect her to not go to the gym anymore once you're married? I mean, I'd expect her to stop going to the gym, right? Of course. So I wouldn't mind marrying someone from the gym on the condition that she stops going to the gym once we're married. I have no problem with that. You found someone at the gym, K-Baller? Or is it somebody that you've seen that you dream of marrying? That's a different question. Yeah, maybe she can go to a sister's gym, yeah, or sisters only session. But yeah, you can have a gym at home, right? You can build a gym, use the gym. Don't have to go out. What? So go into the gym? Why? That's not very nice. Yeah, like Jen, if you're married, right? Why would you want your partner to continue to go to places where they can mix with other people? Like the reason they met you is you're at a place where they could mingle with you and get to know you. So if you're letting them continue to do that same thing, they're likely to meet other women and get to know them too, and vice versa. So what man would want his wife to continue doing that? What woman would want her husband to continue doing that? That's the point of marriage. When you get married, you say, listen, I'm going to stop doing the things where I can interact with other people of the opposite sex. or gender. Does she have to stop going to the store as well? Yeah, probably on her own. But the store is different though, isn't it, Jen? The store is not like the gym. And preferably, her husband would go to the store with her, or he'd go shopping for her. She can shop online. Why does she have to go to the store? Right? That's number one. Number two, at the gym, she's dressed a certain way, and so are men. And they're looking at each other's bodies. That's what they're looking at in certain positions. At the store, you don't see people in certain positions and flexing their body parts. So it's not the same thing. Stop. And by the way, if anybody's interested in doing this new thing called click and collect from the supermarket, don't do it. There are the occasions where they'll get the order correct, but there's it's very likely that you'll get items put in your shopping which is not what you ordered. Yeah, they'll put a similar item. So for example, if you order, I don't know, halal chicken nuggets, right? For some reason, they put a different bag of nuggets in there which are not halal. Because the guy picking the items doesn't care if it's halal. He's not that picky. He just sees chicken nuggets. He picks the closest one to him. So yeah, to me, the click and collect is not really. And then trying to undo the mess, it takes so much of your time on the phone with customer service and the receipts. It's easier just to go to the shop and pick your items yourself. Are you married, Brother Reaction? Says Fahima L. But it depends who's asking, Fahima L. Yeah, and why you're asking. So it depends. Home gyms are cool too. Okay. You can wear track pants and baggy long sleeves. Okay. You can have a gym at home. Like they make. Why would you like to go and mix with men you're not married to? I don't understand women who want to do that. And what man would be happy with his wife mixing with strange men? I would not be happy with that at all. You know who would be happy with that? A day youth, right? We've all heard the term day youth, and I've done a video explaining what day youth means. A day youth has no problem with strange men mixing with his wife. Yeah. So if a woman can do exercise at home, she can do it at home. She doesn't have to go to the gym. Same with me. If I can exercise at home, why am I going to the gym? I get the same equipment. Yeah. Well, if nobody's jumping on, well, maybe sometimes people come on after 12, but I plan to sleep at 12. I don't want to stay on late. Are gyms full of gins, or do you meet guys down the store? I'm guessing, yeah. So that's K-pop. Yeah, Safi says. And I mean, you don't even need a gym. Just buy some dumbbells. Put them under your bed or in your cupboard or wherever, by the hall, by your shoes. Okay, and if you need some cardio, go walk around the block. Go jogging. Don't need jog on the spot. You can get all these fitness programs online now, by the way. You got what's it called? Beachbody, something like Beachbody Fitness, I think is the name of the program. And they got like everything you can think of, all videos. So you just play the video on your TV or on your phone. Just follow the routine. I used to do that years ago. When satellite TV first came out, there was a channel called Screen Sport. There was Eurosport as well, but there was one called Screen Sport. And there was this guy that used to do aerobics. And he would do it like 3 times a day. So I started following one day, and I ended up doing it 3 times a day. Just became like, not addicted, but I was really into it. And then I'd go down the basketball court, start playing. So I was like mad super fit back then, like super fit. Men will try to kick it anywhere. The store, the gym, the gas stations. Men are men. Yep, that's right. Exactly, Jen. That's my point. And what's the point of marriage? It's where you say, okay, I'm dedicated to one man, not all these other men. Wallets, fitness, and makeup stuff are teased. I go female gym, says Safi says, okay. And again, even going to the female gym, I can understand you going to the female gym if you're doing some sort of group exercise, maybe an aerobics program, or to play a sport like netball or tennis or something like that. But if you're just going to work out on your own, then I don't really see the point of going to the gym when you can do it at home. But maybe, at home you get lazy and it's hard to stay disciplined. I can understand you sometimes wanting to go to the gym. Yeah. Why are you constantly FKN with me? I literally ignore you, but you can't stop. Hashtag antics. Yeah, hashtag antics. Bird Nest Ratfest. When I see that call to action, the antics call, I have to step in. What's going on? Heavyweights, low rep. I work out hard, Aki, but female gyms are stacked. Okay. Are you into bodybuilding? I don't want to know like what you look like, but I mean, is that the activity you're into, or are you into like when you say heavy weights? Are you really like those weightlifters? Reactionary is right. Man, oh man, nature is to collect pretty things. Yeah. I bet every female on these hangouts gets a lot of men's attention. They get lots of messages and attempts to connect. I can imagine that. Yo, you malfunctioning and stopped reading the raps out correctly. No, but I hate cardio, so I do weights. Girls don't get big like men. Yeah, exactly. I don't. Yeah. I'm starting to move away from cardio, to be honest. So I could do less cardio, but I'll carry weights while I'm doing the cardio. So I don't have to do as much cardio, and then I'm going to maybe start some resistance training, inshallah. But I see people at the gym, and I'm, I'm more of a team sport kind of guy, but just working out on the machines. Depends actually. If I'm staying in a hotel, then I'll use the gym. But when I'm at home, I don't like pay a membership and go and use a gym. I'm not into that. Jen, they onto you because you don't cover your head. Okay. All right. Well, I'll give it 5 minutes and then I'll end the stream, inshallah. Especially if there's nobody that's gonna jump on. But yeah, but last couple of days online, I've been enjoying it. I've been going various panels, having a good talk, good discussion, a good time with people. Yeah, it's been fun. I went on Born Rich's channel. We discussed, what did we talk about? Yeah, it talks a bit about Islam, talks about black pagans. What else? Can't remember what else. Yeah, just Islam and black paganism. And then we also talked about, no, then later on I went on Ralph's stream. That was pretty good. Talked about these grooming gang people. Then I went to this Hindu channel. Yeah. That was last night. And then they booted me off when I started reciting the Quran. They didn't like that. But they wanted me to listen to their Hindu songs. Did the bat sign light up clouds? How you know that, Khan? Okay, so Khan is saying, Jen, that you got nice long hair. So if you covered your hair, then people would, I guess that's what he's saying. All right, so it's 56 minutes past 11. Or in America, they say it's 5 of 12, 4 minutes of 12, 4 minutes to 12. We'll say in England. All right, let me see. Is there anything beneficial I can say before I go? Yeah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Let's try and say astaghfirullah 100 times tonight before you go to bed. That's a challenge. Okay, everyone, if you're watching, try and say astaghfirullah 100 times before you go by the time you go to sleep. You know, you get those people who count sheep when they try to get to sleep, right? Yeah, instead of counting sheep or imagining stupidness, just count istighfar. How's that? That's a good idea. Alaikum salam, Omar the Hanafi. How are you, brother? Yeah, not much, not much. It's good to see you, bro. React though, they don't like the fact. So disappointing how they ain't washing, they crack, and then smelling like that. Time for bed. Man. Yes, the people, them. Oh yeah, I've been watching some of these videos where people interact with the police. They call it auditing, right? So they audit the police. So they'll go around with cameras filming a police station. Then they'll go around the back of the station and film the entrance to the station. They won't step into the car park, but they'll just film from the outside. And then they'll, like, every occasion, the police will come out and say, "Hey, why are you filming? Who are you? Show me your ID." And then they'll arrest you when you don't show your ID. And then they'll release you. They'll arrest the person for being a terrorist, especially if they're not, like English. So those videos are pretty good. If anybody's interested, watch out. I might do a review of one or two of them. There's one called Coley Burks. It's got a good channel. Another one is AB, Auditing Britain. So check out those two channels. They're UK-based auditors. They're part of the community called PNAC. PNAC means photography is not a crime. PNAC. So do a search for videos on PNAC, and they're pretty fun. Some of them are really good entertainment. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, remix the thing, man. Concrete raps, perhaps. Gav, you should have. Birdnest, like if you come with good rhymes, then I'll do it. But like, it needs to be quality lyrics. Nikki Travis, wa alaikum salam. How are you?
brother or sister, or whatever you are. I've got no idea. K Bola, Safi, Special K. Safi says, yup. So are there any Dawa channels live right now? Like, are they all offline? Nobody came on to discuss that Muhammad hijab video. I wanted to talk about that, but nobody was willing to jump on. Why is everyone so scared or hesitant to jump on? Like, I don't get it. It's weird. It's weird. I watch them. What do you watch, Abu Bilal? Sorry, I didn't get that. Alaikum salam. Oh, do you mean the Dawa channels? Is that what you're saying? You watch them? Is anyone live right now, though? Oh, Zotto is back. Let's see if DTB4L comes back. Does anyone know what that means? DTB.4L? So I don't know. Is it something that you all recognize or understand? You know, we all have a book of deeds, right? And everything you say or do is written, either in your right hand book or in your left. Now, when you see a comment like this, where will that be written, do you think? Is that going to be in your right, the book in your right hand or your left? What about this one? Where's that comment going to go? Is it going to go in your book of good deeds or in your bad deeds? Okay, Birdness Rat Fest. Oh, you watched the audit videos, Abu Bilal? Yeah. They're pretty good, huh? Who's your favorite auditor, Abu Bilal? Okay, I'm just starting the first part. You continue. Okay, give me a rhyme, Birdness Rat Fest. Let's see if you can pass the test. Or you might end up getting peeled like a bit of lemon zest. Yeah. Yes. What you got for me? Audits. Yes. All right. It's just gone midnight, and you've all been watching the reactionary show. I'd like to give a special thanks to everybody who typed something in the chat and all the people who jumped on. Yeah, big shout out to you. And if you're watching and didn't type anything, you just enjoyed listening, big shout out to you as well. So if there's anything you'd like to talk about on the next stream, let me know. Just leave a comment on the video or one of the other videos. Alaikum salam, Fahima El, how you doing? What else? Yeah, AB, big up AB, yes, Abu Bilal. Do you think his name actually is Abu Bilal? AB. I know it stands for Audit in Britain, but he says he's from Asgard, right? Yeah, so big up to AB. I like him, he's funny. He done a video today, didn't he? Was it him who did Wormwood Scrubs? Or he did some other place? No, yeah, he did another location. Cody Burks did Wormwood Scrubs. There's another YouTuber called Ash. He done a silent audit. Oh, he done a couple of videos, silent audit. So the police come up to him and ask him, "Excuse me, sir," and he'll just stand there silently. He won't say a word. every single question they ask him, he just stays silent, and it's just hilarious how the police behave. Yeah. But Muslims don't get away with that. They'll use the Terrorism Act, Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, or some nonsense. Okay. Well, yeah, again, thank you all for participating. And yeah, whether you are watching, typing, etc. Maybe one day one of the dawah people will jump on and give me some dawah. But the thing is, I'm not into the Bible, so I don't know how they'll give me dawah. Yeah, I figured he's North African, but I didn't know which country. And how do you know his name is already? Abu Bilal. Yeah. How do you know? Are you in his Discord? You know him personally? Is that the thing? I don't know. I didn't try and delve into the man's life. I kind of keep my distance about knowing people's personal lives generally. But yeah. If he wanted to tell us that he's from there, he could tell us. Maybe he said it once in one of the videos, so maybe that's how you know. Although Coley Burks a couple of days ago told everyone about him. Yeah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Safi says, yeah, I'm going to end it now. Sadly, nobody's jumping on. Nobody's contributing to the topics, especially the ones I wanted to talk about, like that Jordan Peterson and Mohammed Hijab. Well, not even Jordan Peterson, just Mohammed Hijab and his self-declaration of war on behalf of all the Muslims against everybody in humanity. Like, Omar Hanafi, where's the rhyme in what you've written? I don't see anything rhyming. The Hanafi live and direct, stab you. All right, direct and neck rhymes. Okay. But in order for your rhymes to come, your spelling needs to come correct. Yeah. Oh, is that what happened, Abu Bilal? Oh dear. Well, that's what the internet's about, isn't it? That seems to be what all that happens online. Anyhow, maybe the police are the ones that are responsible. A leak, yeah, as they call it, or a mole. Well, yeah, with that, everyone, I'm going to leave it for this evening, and inshallah, I'll bid you all good evening or good morning, and peace and blessings on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Was Bear Britain audits you mentioned about the audit videos? Was Bear Britain audits? Sorry, Fahima, I didn't understand the question. Was Bear Britain audits? I didn't get it, Fahima, I didn't understand that. But yeah, so check out a channel. Okay, who's that? Okay. Hello? Yes. Bird Nest, you're on. I can't hear you, bro. You're silent.
Yeah, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, alaikum salam, bro. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. So what this you're trying to silence the giant's voice, man. Come on.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The Muhammad Hijabians, man. What are you gonna do when they get onto this? What you're saying?
Oh, Okay, you mean the Dawa fan club thing, cults, the Dawa cults. Well, you saw them lurking in the chat earlier, right? The Dawa cult people. They were monitoring to make sure nobody was talking about the Dawa people. Yeah, I'm sure they'll go back.
Well, that's another thing, innit, about money and dawa. Like people get confused, innit? They think that no money should be involved. Whereas the fact of it is, you probably have to pay someone to, well, you pay teachers, innit? So for teaching, it's not free, is it?
Okay. Yeah. One sec. Fahima L. Yeah, I mentioned a couple of videos. One of them is called Auditing Britain. Auditing Britain. And a second channel is called Coley Burks. Coley Burks. Kolleberks. I'm not sure if Burks means Berkshire and Coley is his name, maybe. But check those two channels out. Yeah, sorry, what's the name? Birdness Rap Fest. Yeah, what are you saying? So these Dawa
Just
cult
telling
people,
them that,
yeah.
well, that, look, man, the
Can they
links,
get
the
money?
links
No,
in
why can't they get money? Yeah, why can't they get money? If somebody's making content on YouTube, YouTube gets paid for advertising. Why can't you get some money from that advertising they're getting? Yeah, what's the problem with that?
Yeah, man.
L.
Yeah. What was you gonna jump off? Or were you tired or something?
Yeah, no, it's gone midnight. I didn't want to stay up like too late. So, and nobody was jumping on. So, it's only so much
But see,
talking to yourself you can do.
see, like for the subject you brought up about Muhammad Hijab and that. First of all, what do you think about the discussion between him and this Peterson fella?
I thought it was a good discussion. But the title of the video I thought was a problem, and that was also discussed during the conversation. So when you hear the title was Islam and the Possibility of Peace, what does that mean to you? Sorry, Mark Zuckerberg, I can't let you on because I don't trust that you are a non-malicious individual. You have something to say, Mark Zuckerberg. It's really me, yeah? It really is you. That's very good discussions. Okay, Mohammed Hamdan, I'm sure he does, yeah. But the title of the video, again, wasn't appropriate. I disagree completely with the title of the video. I agree. A lot of time and effort goes into creating content. Yeah. So again, if somebody says Islam and the possibility of peace, that means you're in a perpetual state of war. Okay? That means the person believes that Islam is at war with them. Who authorized Muhammad Hijab to declare war on the West on behalf of Islam? Who authorized Muhammad Hijab to be a spokesperson for Islam or the Muslim world? He also declared war on China. You say
So
he comes
what
across
are
as
you?
anti-Salafi.
So what are you trying to say? These are like like acts of a giant or something. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like he's not a spokesman for Islam. Are we? Is Islam at war against the West? Can you answer me that question?
What did Peter say? Did Peterson mention anything about the title?
Yeah, he asked him what would you like me to title the video? How's this as a title? And he goes, yeah. Hijab says, I agree. It's a good title. So my question is the Muslim are the Muslims at war with the West? Yeah, nobody's answering that.
So, I mean, everyone might not have the same answer for that. Is that what you can like presume to be?
I'm not asking is the West at war with Muslims. I'm saying are the Muslims at war with the West? Has it, first of all, is there an organization, a body called Islam? There is a religion called Islam, but is there a united body with a leader called Islam? And has that body declared war on the West? Hasn't he? Nobody can answer that. Yes, Fahima L.
Well, if you look at how many like Western sort of powers, how many Muslim lands they've sort of had an effect on recently, and vice versa. If you look at how many Muslim countries have gone into Western countries, and if you come up with any numbers, it will seem that the West has had a problem in it with something.
Yeah, so then let's look at it from that perspective. If he meant by that statement Islam and the possibility of peace, maybe he means the West has declared war on Islam. Okay, and what he means by that is it possible for the West to end this war with Islam and declare peace? From that perspective, yeah, I can understand it, but that wasn't the sentiment of the conversation. The conversation was about talking as though Islam is at war with the world. Okay, now is it possible for Islam to lay down its arms and come to the peace table? That's the sentiment of the title, and that is something I take issue with. Like, who authorized Muhammad Hijab to declare war against the world on behalf of Muslims?
Well, if you look at it, I mean, coming from a place where you're not commanding any battalions, armies, navies, parachuters, whatever they, I mean, if you're just talking, and all I see, I get a sense of a lot of people got a lot of feelings like just stuck inside from the injustices they've seen over the past few years and that, and they're trying to release it in a certain way. That's all I see.
At the Uyghur demonstration, Muhammad Hijab also declared war on China on behalf of Muslims. He didn't say, I, Muhammad Hijab, am at war with the Uyghurs, with China. He said, Islam is at war with China. Like, that's not right.
So what you're saying on as an advice to other people, what you wouldn't advise them to say such a thing, basically, because it can make like the situation a bit more serious for yourself, innit? Because you've spoken certain words.
Yeah, what is a common trope against Islam? It is that Islam is barbaric, Islam is violent, right? Islam is about war. And you see what's funny here, right? This is what's so dumb, because Muhammad Hijab, may Allah bless him, he spent time refuting Jordan Peterson on his comments about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam being a warlord, right? Do you remember that? He refuted him on calling him a warlord, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, yet at the end of the video, he's acknowledging that Islam is violent and is at war with the world. That's yeah. That's the only thing.
Oh,
I have issue with.
I didn't actually watch it.
The sad thing is, most people are not going to spend 3 hours watching that video, especially the non-Muslims. Most non-Muslims are just going to look at the title and just read the title, and that's it. Oh, Islam and the possibility of peace. Oh, here we go. Here's a Muslim who's at war with the West, some violent warlord. Yeah, this is what all they're going to think. Okay. The only people who were watching the video, I suspect the majority of the people that watch the video, and you can see in the comments as well straight afterwards, it's all Muslims. And what's more shocking to me is that all these Muslims are Jordan Peterson worshippers. Oh, Jordan Peterson, I love you so much. I've watched all your videos. I'm so happy you spoke to a Muslim today. Who watches Jordan Peterson like that? Why are you watching hours of Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, but you're assuming mind control, and that is a myth, innit? Like basically coercing people into sort of like seeing a certain segment of societies or a certain tribe or a certain race as their leaders, isn't it? Like how they've been taught for, well, I have a guess, in it. Like people have been looking up to the West for a lot of years, and then people that's grown up into it, what choice have people got? Like, I mean, you look up to, it's Eurocentric, isn't it?
I can understand from some metaphorical perspective. You're trying to say that Muslims are, you know, has been a systematic war against Islam and Muslims. Fine, but the way, like, if you look at the title, just look at the title of the video. It speaks for itself. The possibility of peace. So any non-Muslim reading that thinks Muslims are at war with them. The reality, the video should be entitled, "Why is the West at war with Muslims?" Something like that, not the other way around. Muslims aren't at war with the West. Muslims are fleeing to the West. Look how much immigrants there are in the West from the Muslim world. The Muslim countries are so screwed up that Muslims are going on boats to get to the West. So yeah, it's a lot later than I planned. I'm gonna jump off and end the stream. Yeah,
but do your thing. But I mean, I don't wanna. I haven't seen it. Like you're saying, it's 3 hours long. This Peterson fella, he's like, obviously, you know, like with knowledge, like people get captivated in it when someone speaks. So he's a bit revered in it by people, isn't he? I mean, where does he come from? Like a Christian background?
Yeah, he's a Christian. He's from Canada. Like, but why are Muslims so into him? I don't get it. Any good that you can find that he says that you might benefit from, you can find in the Quran and the Sunnah anyway. Why do you have to go to this guy to get it from? A guy who believes that Muslims are at war with the West and is spreading that propaganda. And you play right into his hands with that video title.
So what are you trying to say? This Peterson guy, he's not actually being honest with history at all, because is he from America? So I mean, if you look at the history of his land, his forefathers basically claimed that land when people were already living on it.
He's part of the Islamophobia industry, right? He's part of that crew online. There's a bunch of YouTubers, the alt-right sort of people. You got Joe Rogan, Alex Jones. I don't know if Sargon Akkad is one of them. There's what's that guy? Oh my gosh. This guy that won't debate hijab or acknowledge him. I've forgotten his name. This American guy.
But you know what though? Look,
they're all in their little bubble and echo chamber where they are anti-Muslim. They are Islamophobes. They spread Islamophobia. They describe Islam as some backward, war-focused, violent religion. okay, of barbarians. That's how they view the Muslim world, and that's how they describe it. And you'll never see them interview Muslims. So first of all, to see Jordan Peterson have a Muslim guest was quite remarkable. Yet, in doing so, the Muslim fell into the trap of being described as a community that's at war with the West, just by the title saying the possibility of peace.
Yeah, because think about it, reactionary, think about it. If you're living in the West, so like the West standard is not to be so possessive over your women and such. So they're expecting people to like, you know, be in the same way, like with their women, like let them go out, pubbing, clubbing, that's the norm. Let us have a taste, and so, innit? I mean, and when you're not living here doing that, that is like them. They will put like a narrative that, oh look, you're not peaceful. You know them ones, like.
Yeah, so that's the name. Sam Harris.
It's a
That was
Ben.
the name
It's
I was
Ben.
looking for. Nemesis. Thank you. So yeah,
Because as it happens, if you look at how the situation is, the corrupt people even said to Lut al-Islam was told by the corrupt people that you're the corrupt one. Why are you making trouble and not, you know, why you don't make peace? So they will blame you, innit? That's what you got to remember.
And it wasn't a debate. It was really a discussion. And that was the angle Jordan Peterson came from. He said, let's have a discussion. And he came across as a lot more fluid and natural, whereas Hijab seemed to be reading, like, from time to time, a little bit of a script. You could see he was in a room with other people. And so from that perspective, it seemed a little, you know, like, obviously on the Muslim side, on the Hijab side, they were in they, you know, must have been really prepared and done their reading and research, whereas Jordan Peterson was like, okay, let me just interview this guest, and just turned up without any preparation. That's how it seemed. So he seemed more, I won't say sincere, but just there for a little chat. He wasn't looking for a confrontation or a debate. Yet that title at the end, that no matter what preparation you did, agreeing to that title just undone everything. And Ishmael, yeah, I think that would be good to see Daniel Hakiki to debate Jordan, whatever his name. All right, so hopefully third time it will work. I'm gonna end the stream if that's okay. You okay with that, Bird Nest? By the way,
yeah, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Yeah, bro. Go ahead, bro. I was gonna say one more thing. Yeah, is that if you think about providing evidence with people you're talking to from the other faiths and sticking to the format, that basically comes down to that what they've done is a criminal act by changing verses and the book and not adhering to the commandments. So it places them as the criminal in it. But I'm not asking how long would you spend in proving that fact to them that they're criminals? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 hours? What's the point of 3 hours when you could do it in 5 minutes?
Yeah, I know. It was just just a discussion, and like half of the first part of the video was just talking about having hijabs.
Look, at the end of the day, reactionary, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, this is why they're going to say to people, look, you're not peaceful. Because of the question, not because you're actually physically doing anything wrong to them, you're just by your words. See, this is like what I just said. This hurts them, innit? And then they will like get agitated. You've seen it with Jin Wali, everyone. I've spoken to people about 5 minutes, and at the end of the day, it's either you have to shut them down or they'll get emotional. They're gonna get emotional with like and act like you've done them something with violence or something. When it's just you're just talking to them with words.
Yeah. And I'd like to see someone like Dave Chappelle stick it on these guys, because on the one hand he claims he's Muslim, and on the other hand, you know, he's in their circles like he's their good friend. They like him, right? Because he's more popular than them. But He's in a position where he can actually put them on the spot. So that said, I think I'll call it a night, especially if my battery's going to run down. It's now, for some reason, StreamYard hasn't been running my battery down like it normally does. Weird. But I'll leave it there.
Assalamu alaikum, bro. I'll see you. Take it.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks for commenting on the video. Like, share, subscribe, sign up to Patreon. What else? Hit that link, buy the t-shirts, join, and whatever else there is. So yeah, Fahim Al, you've been adding some pretty good comments. I like that. Thank you. Big up reactionary. Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and good evening.